Hello, welcome back to Mina's Bookshelf if you're not new to this channel, and welcome to all new viewers. I'm doing a reading about the meeting that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin will have tomorrow in Alaska, and see if there is actually going to be a ceasefire, a negotiation, a serious positive negotiation that will put an end to the war in Ukraine. So I'm using two tarot decks and an oracle deck at the end. For entertainment purposes only, for the sake of speculation, I'm not stating any facts. These are just tarot cards. I'm just reading the energies of the cards. So, I normally do these readings privately. I never went into the politics. And actually, this is not a political reading, but it's about, warfare. So, normally in my readings, Donald Trump appears as the King of Wands, even if he's a Gemini. But we'll see if we are going to get any of the, many characters in this reading coming up according to their actual signs. So Putin is a Libra, and Zelensky is, I think, an Aquarius. Okay, so what is the general, what will be the general energy of the meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin tomorrow in Alaska? Donald Trump says that it will take him just 2 minutes to understand if Putin is serious about finding a solution to the conflict. They will be able to tell right away if Putin is serious. So let's see how the meeting will go, and then we'll look into the energy of each of the players. So what is the energy of the meeting between Donald Trump and Putin to put an end to the war in Ukraine? Are we actually going to have a ceasefire? Is Putin actually serious about it? What will Trump do when he says there will be serious repercussions? We have the Six of Cups, which is a very good energy, actually. It's an energy that talks about friendship. So there are good feelings about the two men. As we know, they used to be friends. So hopefully this will play in favor of a resolution of the conflict, or hopefully will lead to harmonious talks between the two. There's also the idea of somebody offering something to somebody else. Now, we know that Zelensky doesn't want to give up any territory. Russia would love to swap territories, but then we have a Seven of Wands. So this is a card that says that somebody's going to put some serious walls up, some serious boundaries up. So this could be Trump, that despite the fact that the two have been friends at some point, will actually make it clear from the beginning, very clearly, very seriously, that the consequences for Putin, if he doesn't agree to stop the conflict, might be pretty serious. This could be Putin. We'll go into the energy of each of them anyway. But anyway, we started with a very positive card, but then there's this card that reminds us that it's not going to be that easy. But somebody has the upper hand here. And I would think this is the energy coming from Trump, considering he is an ally of the Ukraine. The U.S. have been supporting Ukraine over the years during this senseless conflict. So it feels like the U.S. protecting Ukraine. What else do we need to know? General energy of the meeting between Putin and... Oh, good. I like to see this sequence of cards, because this is the Death card, which means that there is an ending. Dramatic transformation is the ending of something, a beginning of a different. It's a transformation that completely changes the circumstances and the status of the situation. So my hope is that this Death means that there will be an end to the hostilities. And the Sun a card that portends success, happiness, clarity. At least the meeting will bring a lot of clarity. In the best scenario, it will actually bring the end of a conflict. It's nice to see these two cards bookending the 4 cards spread here, because they're both cards that signify that there's a return to innocence, since we have a childlike energy on both sides. Bottom of the deck, the stars. Hopefully there will be a good outcome to this meeting. There is hope that might actually work in finding a way to putting an end to the conflict. So we're putting here. Let's clarify these cards. Why do we have the 6 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, Death, and Sun? Just more in details. Why do we have the 6? 9 of Cups. I really feel like they both come to the meeting, Putin and Trump, with the same wish and the same desire, which is to continue having amicable rapport, an amicable relationship when it comes to the two countries. Why do we have the 7 of Wands? 2 cards fell out, and we have the Hangman and the Queen of Swords. The Hangman and the Queen of Swords. This could be like a situation that doesn't move forward, that there is no progress here. And this is the talk, is the diplomacy card, is the Libra card, is the use of the diplomacy, of diplomatic talk between the two. Now, one of the two parties will be kind of being on the defensive more than the other one. But there will be probably from Trump a good use of diplomatic. His one of his big talents is the virtue. One of his big talents is the ability to deal, to make offers, to have a good deal with the other counterpart. So he's going to use all the diplomacy he's capable of to put an end to the conflict. Why do we have the Death card and the Sun card? This is beautiful. This is a new beginning. We have the 5 of Cups. Okay. This might be Putin's energy. You know, one of the ways for the two counterparts to find an agreement, if it's Putin will actually accept to give up the idea of putting his hands on some territories in Ukraine. So he's going to have to give up some of them, but there's still something that he's going to get in return. So maybe this is going to be the kind of agreement, the art of the deal that Trump is going to use. Ukraine will get something, maybe not exactly what he wanted, and not as many territories as he was trying to put his hands on, but he will get something, and that will mean the end of the conflict. Why do we have the Sun card? Please clarify the Sun card. Please clarify the Sun card. The Knight of Pentacles. Wow. The Knight of Pentacles talks about great work and productivity, good planning. So it might be that they come out of this meeting, both Putin and Trump, with a good plan for the future. A good plan that will actually lead to a successful resolution of the conflict. This is a card that talks about hard work. Maybe things will not happen right away, since the Knight of Pentacles is a slow energy, but there will be like a mapping of the territory. It will take some time in order to understand exactly how the territories will be divided. If this is the strategy that Trump and Zelensky will use in order to convince Putin to accept stick to a ceasefire for the future. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance, which is a great card: balance, equilibrium, making peace, compromise, diplomacy, finding the middle ground. Okay. Great, yes. This is the conflict card with the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, resources are dwindling for everybody, especially for Russia, which right now is in a difficult financial position. Five of Wands in reverse, somebody's going to give up. Yep, Queen of Pentacles, there might be an offer here. Ooh, High Priestess. A secret negotiation with an offer of money. It could be the Ace of Pentacles. Again, there's an offer of money. And I do believe that the offer of money might be made to Russia, which right now is, unfortunately, for them, they're going to have to accept because they're not doing well financially. They're going to have to give up the battle. Yeah, retreat, walk away, and accept to compromise and make peace. So beautiful. Cards. Hopefully this is what is going to happen tomorrow. So let's see some more in detail. What do we need to know about the Trump Putin meeting tomorrow in Siberia to find a way to put a final definite end to the conflict in Ukraine? What do you need to know about Trump? Trump's energy in this meeting. We have the Four of Hazards, which is the Four of Pentacles in this deck, in the zombie deck. This is the energy of somebody who is not so willing to let go of something. He will try to use his power of persuasion without giving too much, giving up too much in in promises to Putin, especially when it comes to territories, resources, money, whatever. What else do we need to know about? I'll put this on top and put it on the bottom. So what else do we need to know about Trump in this meeting? 10 of Swords. He really wants to put an end to this, and he wants to put an end to this without giving too much to Putin, without promising too much in terms of possible financial, let's say, financial compensation for giving up some territories. This could also mean that Trump is going to use as an argument the fact that Russia is in a state of financial need right now. They really cannot afford to go any further with this conflict. They really have reached rock bottom. This is the Knight of Swords. He is actually going to be very calm, very controlled. He's not going to go after him, at least in the style of conversation, since we have the swords here, which represents the spoken word, the written word, the ideas. He's not going to go after him in a way that is threatening, that is aggressive. And the last card for Trump, Page of Hazard. This is the Page of Pentacles, and this is an offer. Not a big offer, a small offer. A small offer that he will do to Russia, to Putin, in order to convince them to accept the terms of a long-lasting peace, which resonates with the Five of Cups here, in the sense that Putin will not get all the things that he demands. He will get some. Okay, so let's see from Putin's point of view. What do we need to know about Putin's energies, intentions, how he's going to react to the meeting, what will be going on through his mind, what's going to happen with Putin. Meeting with Donald Trump in Alaska. Too many cards. Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll take a look at them. We have the Nine of Wands. This is definitely Putin. He doesn't want to give up. He's holding on to his to this battle, to this conflict. Three of Swords. This is a disappointment, heartache. He's obviously aching a lot. He's hurting a lot. This conflict is really damaging his country on so many levels. He has good expectations, though, with this Three of Wands when it comes to this meeting. He expects something. I believe in return for his for being compliant and accepting the ceasefire. And the final card is the Nine of Hazards. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Well, what he expects, he's expecting money. He's expecting money in order for him to accept the terms of the ceasefire. And he will get some. At least this is the offer that he will get. A big one, a small offer, and he has to accept it. Bottom of the deck is Eight of Wands. So there, I think that there's a good intention on both sides. Now, a last card, and I would like to ask another deck. Should Trump trust Putin? Should Zelensky trust Putin? Should Zelensky and Trump trust Putin? Should Zelensky and Trump trust Putin? I normally don't do yes/no reading with just one card. Things are much more complex than that, but let's try to just put this down for the sake of the reading. Yes, this is the World card. This is the end of the conflict. This meeting will actually, according to the card, for entertainment purposes only, will put an end to the conflict. Yeah. So from the Oracle deck, Spirit Guides from the Pure Red Light, please one card to give us a general energy of the outcome of the meeting. A card about the outcome of the meeting between President Trump and President Putin about the conflict in Ukraine. What is the energy of the outcome of the meeting? Just one card, unless the card is difficult to read. In that case, I will pull a clarifier. What do we need to know about the outcome of the meeting tomorrow in Alaska between President Trump and Vladimir Putin? Let's see. I was hoping to get a jumper. Energy of the outcome of the meeting. Okay. We have fire, carnival, celebration, and ceremony. That's very positive as an energy. It's about coming together around the negotiation table and celebrating in a formal way, hopefully celebrating in a formal way the end of the conflict. Very nice. Well, I feel like I don't need to clarify that. Hopefully the cards are predicting something very positive about this meeting. We'll see how it goes. So this was my reading about the meeting that will happen tomorrow in Alaska, tomorrow, August 15th, 2025, between President Trump and President Putin. Hopefully it will lead to the final decision to put an end to the conflict in Ukraine. If you enjoyed the content of this video, if you found it interesting, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell on your way out. Don't forget also that I'm available for personal readings. You can contact me at the email address that you will find in the description of all my videos. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support for this channel. Until I see you next time, many blessings.